Yeah, basically we had a community group going, and you know, as gardens and helping each other and all that sort of thing. And we thought, well, if the shit hits the fan, like it may, we thought, well, all the phones are going to go down. We could have no power.
Yep.
So we thought, well, we need some communication just to help each other out. So we thought CB was a good option.
Yep.
So
well, after all, you don't pay for a license, and the radios are readily available.
Reasonably cheap as well. So we've got about 50 people that have got them around the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we had a few over on the other side, some in Mangawai, which we couldn't reach by just normal means. So we decided to get a repeater made up, and so that'll extend our range on the other side. So
yep, fantastic. So have you had any official contact with the civil defence authorities in Northland?
No, not at all. I did a bit of research about how to make a repeater. I looked at some overseas, and but they're, as I say, pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And so then we ended up talking to you guys at
the Ham Club.
At the Ham Club, and it's all sprung from there.
Sprung from there, yeah. So in terms of, because the other group that have done a really good PRS repeater, and there's some quite good information online, is the PRS Wellington group.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we sort of looked at them too, and took one look at their setup. We thought, whoa, that's going to be expensive.
So your contact with the Wangari amateurs, that's been pretty good. Have you been, Peter, I know Peter's really helpful.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys have been helpful too?
He's a font of knowledge, that man.
He absolutely is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had much to do with many of the others. Peter Jones sort of goes to your monthly meetings.
Yeah, I've seen Peter there several times now.
Yeah, so there's another one this week.
Yeah.
And I go to another group in Kaiwaka, so on a Wednesday as well. So that
sort
of fouls things up as far as that goes. But
right.
I have been to one meeting.
So from your perspective, do you think this kind of thing, if it's rolled out into further districts, would be helpful for other people to essentially do exactly what you're doing, to act as a community of interest and to be able to contribute during times of emergency and civil defence?
Yeah, absolutely, I think, because our group has a monthly hub meeting up at the Skyline there, and we're dragging other people from different districts are finally hearing about us and coming again. So we talk to them and they say, oh yeah, we'd like to do that. And there's even a few up north that have got handhelds already. So they're looking at maybe getting a repeater. We might be able to do another setup up there. So yeah, I think it's a good means of communication.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think probably from my perspective, because I've got a radio background as well, the important thing about PRS repeaters is they've got to be done well, because if they're not done well, one of the most common faults with a PRS repeater is that when the repeater transmitter on the hilltop is activated, it desensitizes the repeater receiver on the hilltop. And it's kind of counterintuitive, because suddenly the coverage provided by that repeater drops dramatically because of that desensitization. And the trick is that you need to have really good filtering and isolation between the transmit and the receiver side. And in the commercial world, of course, you're talking about a duplexer, and because there's only 750 kilohertz between transmit and receive in the PRS band, that duplexer is enormously expensive because it's so tight frequency-wise between transmit and receive.
So that's basically taking the part of what Peter's done with the filters and everything on our setup.
Well, Peter's really creative, because he's taken some old UHF bandpass filters and he's kept two of them for bandpass, and one of those has been fitted to the transmit side and one's been fitted to the receive side. But in addition, he's converted 4 of those filters, 2 of them into a high pass configuration and 2 of them into a low pass configuration.
It's way over my head.
So, but the bottom line is that's that's being creative with
Yeah.
bits of equipment which would have otherwise been scrapped and thrown in the rubbish tin.
Superman.
Superman. Yeah, yeah.
No, he's absolutely awesome. He explains everything so well. And yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So
gets everybody confused.
yeah, yeah, he can do. It's sometimes you have to just slow him down and let's go through this step at a time.
Speak
So
that
that's
in English.
yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I'm putting this video together.
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
putting
great.
together a like a blow by blow explanation of what you guys have done, how you've achieved it, and the kind of help you've got along the way.
Yeah,
and I'm absolutely confident because of the work that's been put in here that this repeater will perform brilliantly.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, it would be great if it does.
And the effort we're putting in here with even with this stuff, it's built to last.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I always go over the top, whatever I do.
Yeah.
I'm a fitter and turner by trade, so I don't like doing jobs twice, so I make it last.